Well, good morning. This is Andrew, and
Jackie again.
yep, and we're doing a little bit of work on the place this morning. We bought some drywall at Lowe's for about 10% of the original price. You know, that kind of goes along with the business model of buying ahead and getting discounts and then applying the materials to the project. As we were unloading, we were joined by Allison, and I'm kind of proud of this girl here. She followed my business plan, and she's still engaged in the whole thing. She bought a building at the tax auction, about 2.5 years ago, something like that. And she's been fixing it up slowly. She got one apartment fixed up already, and she's actually living mortgage free in that apartment right now. So she's on track, and I'm really excited to see her progress and what she's got going. So we're gonna actually walk over to her place real quick here. It's just around the corner. So we're gonna walk over there real quick and take a look at her place.
So as you can see, they're carrying in, this is a 12-foot sheet of drywall, and I will add the picture of the other drywall that we got as well. But we, or I should say Andrew, I was at home. Andrew found these on discount at Lowe's, and we paid less than $45 for all of these
$42
of drywall.
Look at all
just
this drywall.
Because
One,
some
two,
have
three,
spots
four,
that are
five,
damaged
six,
on
7,
corners.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 sheets of
This
drywall.
one was a large one that had a big gouge down the center, which did break, but that's okay because we can use it in places like that, not an issue. Some are the water mold resistant drywall. There's a couple sheets that are the fire drywall in here. It was originally listed at, I think, $300 and something. We'll show you the receipt. But this is what we mean by shop to sales. Store it if you can. We're not ready for it. We still have all this demo to do. But we are bargainers. And so this is how we're going to save money and cash flow this project.
So this is how our building looks now. We have all the siding removed, and we hauled off the aluminum, got some scrap price for it, and made a little money there so we can continue the project. And it's starting to come around. I'm gonna have to do some work on that dormer up there. We have some structural issues, and also I'll pull all the siding off that one area and redo it. So we're gonna walk down the street with Allison, and we're gonna go take a look at her place. So she's right around the corner from us. We have another investor who just purchased this building. He's from Colorado, and this is going to be a really nice place when it's done. A lot of beautiful woodworking on this guy. You just don't get that any place else but in the Midwest, where you have these neat little places. So Allison's place is right around the corner here. It's that big white one. There's several ways to buy these buildings. One is through a real estate agent. You usually have to pay a little bit more if you shop that way. They put it on the market and they want to make as much as they can from it. But the best way to get these is the distressed sales. And this is a fourplex that Allison bought for about $5,000 at the tax auction a couple of years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago now. And all the county and the city wants to do is, get it back on the tax rolls, and they sell it to the highest bidder. And in this case, Allison was the highest bidder on this at the courthouse when she bought this. So I'm really proud. And that bottom apartment, she's getting started. Just one piece at a time, and she lives in that bottom part of the fourplex, and she's living mortgage free right now in that apartment as she continues her project. So I'm looking forward to following Allison's success, with her building and watching her grow her investments. As a young person, she's starting out and doing a lot of cool things at an early age. And like I said in future videos, if I knew 40 years ago what I know now, then I would be in a much different spot in life. And she's certainly embracing that whole fact. So in this video, I hope you enjoyed it. It kind of outlines the buying things on discount, and in this case, we found some drywall at Lowe's, and Home Depot, and all these other home improvement stores. Customers don't want to buy damaged drywall or damaged wood or damaged anything. They, if they're going to pay full price, they want it, from the middle of the pile, and really good looking stuff. And all that stuff, all that building material that gets put aside, eventually gets sold at a discount. So what I try to do is go through the Lowe's aisles or Home Depot aisles or Menards, looking for these discounts, looking for these materials that have a bit of damage. And you can typically get a lower price. And even if it's marked, for example, if there's a stove that's marked for $500, they can easily talk to the manager and get it for, $200 or $300. It's amazing the price cuts that you can get. And when it comes to drywall, if you're good at mudding, you just throw a little mud over the affected area and move on. Just keep things rolling. So anyhow, we look forward to continuing with you guys, continuing to transfer this information to you. Like I said earlier, it's not the most exciting video, but it's very informative, hopefully, where you guys can follow along, see what we're doing, and maybe even do the same thing yourself. So one thing we're looking forward to now is demolition. We're going to start taking a lot of that lath and plaster off of the inside of the building and seeing what we have. We're going to bring it down to the bare studs, and we're going to insulate all of the exterior walls and start thinking about wiring and plumbing and all of that other stuff that needs to go in there. But first we have to do all the demolition. My next project is the dormer window that I showed you in this video. Needs to be dismantled, and I need to go through that thing and probably do some reframing, and we'll step you through that process, and you can see what's going on there. And so, of course, we're going to start building some windows. So there's a lot coming up.
Also, we figured out that we didn't have the comments on in our videos previously. Like we said before, this is kind of all new to us. We are not video savvy with editing. It's pretty cut and dry right now, but we're working on it. We have friends that are going to come and teach us what we need to learn. But you can leave comments if you have any questions, or, even if you want to have a question on something that you're working on. Andrew might be good at helping you out and answering. He did remodel 2 big old buildings, and they're gorgeous. So we're looking at doing that. Like, subscribe, our channel here on YouTube. You can also follow us on TikTok, and it's the same thing, Journeys of A&J. Or sometimes I'll post little things on my Instagram, which is Jackie R. Dryden. So you can follow us any which way. You'll get notifications on here first. We always post videos on here first. You just might get little short things on those other 2 platforms. But we're looking forward to having our subscribers comment and tell us, things that they are working on or things that they'd like to see. Hopefully, since we're getting the outside worked on and shored up and weathered in, we'll be getting our replacement cedar shake shingles pretty soon. They're on order. that we'll get the building primed and then start looking at paint choices.
And the entire purpose of putting these videos out is to inspire people to do the same thing we are doing. We don't want any type of compensation. I'm not sure that we'll ever have a Patreon page or anything like that. We just we want to get that information out there. As an American, I think right now our Midwestern towns and some of the history of the United States is being erased as we tear down some of these old relics, these old buildings, and places like Hannibal, Missouri, have rich history. In the case of Hannibal, we have Mark Twain. This is his childhood home. This is where all of his writings came from, with Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, and it's a really cool old town. And I would hate for these buildings to be torn down. It's nice to see people like Allison and others who are fixing this up and bringing it back to life and putting life in these old buildings that have been abandoned for many years. So that's the whole purpose behind the channel, and I really hope more people grab hold of this concept and bring America back to its historic place, and where we can enjoy the old buildings, the old history, and so forth. So like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you guys as we push through this project. You'll be able to follow the progress.